Start with the daily guide for today, and it says NLA rolls out new app to curb illegal operators. 8 convicted over Ablekuma North violence. Flag bearer race. NPP opens voters register. Ghana drops in global peace index. Farmer kills son for money rituals.
Mewo.
Yeah.
His own son?
So the story on page 3 says residents of Adidasi in the Wasam and Fidi District were thrown into a state of shock when news reached them that a popular farmer in the area had allegedly killed his 6-year-old son for money ritual. Now, we're told that he murdered his son by reportedly severing his head with a knife.
Severing his head?
Yes, severing his head with a knife. Now, the suspect is also alleged to have cut the feet of the child and hid the body in the bush. Meanwhile, the little boy was reported missing by the father, and a search party was formed to look for him. But little did we know that his own father had killed him, some members of the search party indicated.
I can't.
Government moves to reform gold sector is also on the front page of the daily guide. And then the daily graphic for today says Ghana is gateway to Africa's markets. That's according to President Mahama to some Singapore investors. But while we talk about Ghana being the gateway to Africa and all of that, Kojo, I have recently been informed that the Ghana Skills Development Fund, which is a World Bank project, sought to assist a lot of Ghanaian SMEs, entrepreneurs, in scaling up.
Right.
However, there's been delays in the release of funds for the project implementation. Now, these persons were expected to provide part of the funding. However, that particular fund currently has delayed. And I have in front of me here a letter written by the fund manager that says it has become very necessary that we inform you of the delay in the release of funds for onward disbursement to grantees who are in the process of implementing their projects. This has been the result of Ghana government's transition program and related matters. Yes, you heard right. Both the project coordinating unit as well as the World Bank team on the project are aware of the implications for the delay. Our request for extension in the light of this delay has been taken on board and is under consideration. Based on our interactions with the project coordinating unit, the World Bank team, we have an assurance that this is being considered urgently. From the foregone, there is no indication of discontinuation. Rather, we have the assurance that we shall receive the necessary funding soon. So over 500 persons today have started projects. Look, I just brought this in because consistently we are out there wooing investors into this country.
Yeah.
And yesterday when we had a conversation about food sovereignty, we asked, so what if a problem happens? And I'll tell you one thing, I'm not going to mention names, but I'll tell you one thing, just to buttress the point I want to make. We visited a vehicle manufacturing company, and they told us the challenges they're faced with because of COVID-19. And this is how COVID has affected them. The chip manufacturing company, globally, one company, that company was hugely hit by COVID. So they are underproducing. Because of their, lack of, because they are underproducing, it's actually affected even the manufacturing of vehicles. Because if you actually you order for these chips that could be used in the manufacturing of the key, and all of that, you can't get the numbers that you want. Because others have also, put in
their orders. Yeah.
Their orders. I'm making this point because, look, we're out there saying people should come to Ghana and invest. But the very people in Ghana who are investing, we say government transition and all of that. Even World Bank project is affected. How?
This is World Bank project. Too.
Yes. But I just read the letter to you. That's the problem. So yes, Ghana will remain the gateway to Africa's market. But how are we incentivizing? How are we helping Ghanaians? Kojo, look, if you decide to do something for yourself, and you're not careful in this country, you will run away. Yes, you would. I mean, look, and so, yes, government, you're talking, but there are others. The Ghana Skills Development Fund, which is delayed and people are complaining. See to the release of funds.
And it's always the SMEs, the most vulnerable of business models.
One of the SMEs that reached out to me, they're actually in a mega deal with a multinational company. Mega deal. And this is threatening that deal. Anyway, let's continue. Now, innovative, affordable housing solutions headline home fair. UPSA, Hallmark Research Lab, signed $240 million AI partnership. I need to bring you this.
That's interesting.
And it talks about the fact that the University of Professional Studies, Accra, has signed a memorandum of understanding with Ghanaian technology and research firm Hallmark Research Lab to position Ghana as a leader in the global artificial intelligence revolution and not merely a consumer. So, under the MOU, Hallmark Research will invest up to $240 million over the next 10 years to bring together the brightest minds from both industry and the university to give them the resources and the freedom to explore the uncharted territories of AI. Comes to the photograph of Professor Mauto, who's Vice Chancellor of the University of Professional Studies, Accra, together with Philip Game, who's Executive Chairman of the Hallmark Research Lab. So that's a good one.
That is a significant project there.
Exactly.
I mean, and on average, you're looking at some $24 million a year.
A year, yeah.
Right? Over 10 years. That's a lot of money.
It is.
And AI, of course, is now the future. Every business is solving problems with AI. And if we're not positioned as leaders, we'll end up being, again, consumers on the weaker end of every deal. And spending a fortune on solutions that others have produced.
And Kojo, I think that the UPSA, the University of Professional Studies, one of the things they've been able to do, and they've done it very well, it's something that other universities from Ghana should learn. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the buildings on campus and all of that.
Yeah.
These are buildings that are funded by, loans. And so I say, I know the banks that will give the university loans, the university is always thinking about expansion. Okay, they're finding ways to expand. And it's something that other universities should also do, the consistent reliance on government to do everything. And so the UPSA model is fantastic. People should look at it. Okay, there are various ways of looking at it. You can actually arrange with government at some point in time to, allow you to maybe charge a little bit more so you can develop your university campus without relying on government all the time. Back page, no environmental assessment, no project lands, minister declares, and Holy Child Path students launch 80th anniversary legacy project. Now, the Ghanaian point for this morning says, partner with us. Ghana is ready to grow with you. Mahama eyes $1 billion growth as Ghana-Singapore trade hits 215 million. 5 dead in solar. IGP deploys 300 police in emergency response. Kolebu staff to enjoy free healthcare from September. And EC set to meet political parties ahead of Nketiah by-election amid rising tensions. NPP opens registration for additional delegates ahead of presidential primary also here. Now, the news... Yes.
I'm so sorry, just before you move on. You mentioned something. Kolebu staff to enjoy free healthcare from September.
Yes.
I mean, the takeaway from there is that up until now, Kolebu staff have not been enjoying free healthcare. This is something most people don't know, that healthcare professionals in Ghana do not enjoy free healthcare. They don't. And on top of all of that, while they are sacrificing to help us, people will go and attack them while they are working.
Sure. Now, the news center for today says 9 in 10 women in politics face abuse. 90% of women in politics face abuse. That's a Genset report. Fidelity Bank donates 500,000 to children of fallen heroes. Hassan Tampuli supports 238 tertiary students in Gushegu. Goldfields pays 460 million in taxes to government for the first half of 2025. Back page, MTN Ghana supports Lahomo Festival with 20,000. And GCB PMSU holds 7th conference, backs MSME growth. The Inquisitor says NPP flag bearership race. Brian brags.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm sure you may have seen the video where he talks about the fact that he had to, support the Bawumia campaign in the eastern region, and they remember that the executives were paid some money, dollars, and he funded that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know for a fact that he has been one of the biggest financiers of the NPP over the years.
Yeah.
So I suppose that aspect of it is no surprise. But the detail is interesting, isn't it?
Well, it is. As political parties get ready for elections, you hear a lot of these things. And you probably would want to ask the question, why would people who've supported you in the past also show up? I mean, look, you'd have to look at politics from different angles, Kojo. First of all, somebody may get involved in politics or may want to contest a flag bearership race because he sees himself as the future. Others may be in it to win. And if you are a 52-year-old man, in Ghanaian parlance, political circles, you're very young. When the conversation started, may his soul rest in peace, Dr. Omane Boama, when people said, this is one person who could have been a presidential candidate of the NDC. They said, but he's too young.
He was 50.
50 years, he's too young. What people actually forget is that John Mahama became president at 54.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, he was considered a youthful president.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what people also forget is that Jerry Rawlings became president at 45.
Indeed. Well, but he was head of state
at
30.
Yeah, so president at 45.
45, yeah.
Okay, so by 53, he was ex-president.
Indeed. Yeah.
I mean, it's something we don't talk about. We always talk about, but you are too young to get in. Oh, you are young, wait for your turn, you are young. You see, when we wait for people to be old before they get into politics,
we get Akufo-Addo.
No. How do you expect them to appreciate your problems? How do you expect them to appreciate your problems? You need people, okay, who are young, they understand the situation, so that they know that after government, they will live very long. So the things they do could hurt them.
Indeed.
So I am one who supports young people wanting to, contest flag bearership races. I'm not one who thinks that you need to be 60 years. I mean, politics is not for those who are on retirement. That whole idea that, and years ago I remember when Isaac Osei was contesting for the NPP's flag bearership position in 2011. He said, if you vote for me by 2012, when I win the elections, I'll be 62, just like President Kufuor. Because by the time I leave, I'll be 70 years. That's not the kind of thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
NPA hosts stakeholder forum on draft NPA bill. NAPO links political success to God. And Naimos Blue Water Guard sees Shamfan along the Ankobra is also here. Now, the publisher for this morning says, Randy Abesius Abronya demands 20 million compensation. Attacking me won't change my focus. That's Brian the Champon. And 7 killed in car crash. Water tanker kills Deeper Life pastor. All here on the front page of the new publisher. Let's get online.
Okay. Well, there's a big story here. Galamsey declaring
state of emergency could endanger our democracy. That's according to Johnson Asiedu Nketiah there.
This is not the first time I've heard this argument. What's the detail of it? What's the suggestion here? Why would a state of emergency, be a negative effect on democracy?
Well, let me just share that with you, what Johnson Asiedu Nketiah has been talking about. Do we have time? Okay, I think we have a bit of time here, so let me share that with you. And it says that the national chairman of the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketiah, has rejected calls for a state of emergency in the fight against illegal mining. He warns that such a move could plunge Ghana into chaos and erode democratic rule. He says work is being done about Galamsey. This is a quote attributed to him. We hope to be able to find solutions to it, but I don't subscribe to the declaration of a state of emergency as others are suggesting. In your frustration, you can call for certain measures that when we begin implementing, you may live to regret, he warned. And he says, if you intend to deal with Galamsey and you declare a state of emergency, it means you have suspended the constitution. People can shoot and kill at will. How will you be sure that those who are shooting and killing are the ones fighting Galamsey? That is another matter, he argued.
Okay, but a state of emergency is a tool in the arsenal of a government, any government,
Yes.
any democratic government.
Yes.
So, yes, by its nature, it involves the suspension of certain rights. It is
Yes.
the kind of thing that you bring up only in an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only question here is that is Galamsey an emergency or not? Because the fact that it will come with suspension of rights, I think is given. The only question is it an emergency or not?